Guys, I don't know if I can do it anymore. I don't know. You know, for the last, I don't know how to really start this, because this is just something I need to get off my chest. I would brag, I would yell, I would vent my frustrations the way I best can, but I'm not going to do that. I don't have the energy. And I just can't bring myself to do it. I just cannot bring myself to just unleash my anger that's been holding up inside of me. Like, not only for the last 3 years of a pandemic, there's just so much pent-up frustration that I've just wanted to let out. And I'm not going to do that. As much as I want to, I'm not going to do that. I was introduced to WWE around about 2004. I knew about WWE during my early years, like when I was recently born, like through my early years, from the early 90s to 2000s, because I was just little at the time. My first ever event was the Royal Rumble 2004. That is when I saw my hero, my idol, the person that would eventually become my idol, Randy Orton. And I've never looked back since then. But I need to tell you guys something. This is actually quite important into the video. I don't normally open myself up like this, but... And I'm not asking for sympathy or anything, okay? So, you don't have to... I'm not begging for sympathy or anything. But... I suffer from a mental depression disorder. I've basically had that since I was young. And I've always had that issue through my childhood, even to this day. It's just something I've always lived with. Something I've always had. My family know about this, because, I'm always mentally sad, like, around the house and all that stuff. Like, I used to go to a primary school, and as I said, 2004 was the year I was introduced to WWE, and, like, I was at a primary school around about that point, and my parents thought the best solution to fix my problems was sending me to a special school that helped you with special needs. So that's what they did. They had me leave my primary school to go to a school that was special, a special school that helped with, kids with disabilities. And here's the problem with that. The problem with that is that they never helped me with anything. Never. The school was more about helping kids learn. Sure, that helped. But my parents told me it was also there to help me fit with my needs, my issues, and my mental depression. But it never happened. Some of you may think that I might have been too shy to really bring that out. And yeah, I probably was, but you don't blame yourself, don't you? Because you're a youngin'. You don't want to expose any of your weaknesses. That special school was where I met my girlfriend. and she's the love of my life. She's always been there for me. My girlfriend's always been there for me, and like she has a disability as well. Like we're both in the same boat. We both have disabilities, and that's just how it always. And that's just that. And that's just that. But she's always been there for me. Like she knows about my mental problems. She knows about my depression problems, and she's always been there for me. She's always been there to talk to me. She talks to me every day. She always reaches out to me every day to let me know if I'm okay and how I'm doing. And we just talk. We talk and we laugh. That's basically how we do. That's just basically how our life is when we're separated. But when we both used to go to the same school, I was always happy to be around her. Like she was always happy to be with me, and I was always happy to be around her. Because, you know, that's how it worked. She was one of the only people in my life that actually makes me happy. And it's relevant to this story about WWE as well, if you people are interested. It's very relevant to this story, because during my times at a special school, when I needed help, when I needed the help that I needed, I had WWE. WWE literally helped me. Helped me through the bad times. Not just from the 3 years of a pandemic. Not just the 3 years when we were sitting in a pandemic from 2020 to 2022. Not just that. WWE has always helped me mentally. Because during that time period, I freaking loved the product. During that time period, I loved the product. During that time period, it was all that I could ever talk about with my friends. I had a lot of friends at that school, and the problem is, I never see my friends anymore nowadays. Because they're all off doing their own things and they're living their happy lives. But during that time period, I had a lot of friends that liked wrestling like me, and it was always fun to talk to my friends and tell them how awesome WWE is and how much fun it is. Talk about our favorite storylines and our favorite wrestlers, and it was just such a great time. That is what I miss. I miss the days where I would go to my school and I'd always talk about how great WWE is, how fun it is. You know what's funny about university? That's completely different. I only had at least a total of 2 friends during the early years of my days at university that liked professional wrestling. One was one of my good friends who followed me from my school to university, but another friend I met, I got him into WWE. And it sucks. It sucks knowing when you lose friends. It's not because I had falling outs with them. It's more because they moved on. It sucks losing friends, and it sucks losing things that you really enjoy. Because I have no friends in university now. I literally have nobody to talk to. My entire life at university now is just me sitting in the corner on a computer or with my head down with work, and I say basically nothing. I'm a shy person, and some people tell me how much I love to talk. I love to talk because I have friends. I have people I can talk about what I love. But when I don't have anybody, when I don't have anyone to talk to, I'm a miserable kid that just sits there and does nothing. That's basically how my life has always been. And WWE, For the last 6 months, I may have given Triple H some crap for the last 6 months, but I never once said I ever wanted to see Vince McMahon come back and take control back. Never. I've always said I wanted Triple H to up his game and make things better. But now, the news of Vince McMahon has come out that he's back in the WWE. He's back in the WWE. He's taking control back. Stephanie McMahon has now left the company. And now WWE is potentially being sold to Saudi Arabia. Which that's the rumor going around. And it sucks. NXT had a pay-per-view on today, and one of my all-time favorites in NXT got treated like a pile of poo. And it just makes me so mad. It just makes me so mad. I've always been that way, by the way. I've always been that way with WWE. Even during my younger years, I always wanted to see Kelly win. I always wanted to see AJ win. Randy win. I always wanted to see my favorites win. That's just how I'm built. We all want to see our favorites win. But nowadays, we got a lot of wrestling fans who are perfectly fine with all the wrestlers, and they don't really seem to care who wins and loses. And that's perfectly fine. But I'm in the world where I would just rather my favorites win. I would rather my favorites win, and I would just rather them get the pushes, get everything. That's all I've ever wanted. And so many of the wrestlers that have recently just come back to the company are now all potentially going to leave again. They're probably all going to get fired. They're probably all going to get released because Vince McMahon's back in charge now. We don't know what the future of Triple H is. We don't know what Triple H's future is. My mental disorder has really been pushing me up the wazoo over the last several weeks, especially how WWE has been for the last several weeks, how I don't really enjoy it much anymore. And that sucks. And it sucks for me to sit here and say how much I just don't love WWE anymore. There was a point in my life there was a point in my life where I enjoyed it so much. I said, I want to be like Randy Orton. I want to go to America one day and live out my quest to one day potentially be a WWE superstar. No joke. It's always been a dream of mine. But I can't live out that dream anymore because I just don't feel the love that I have anymore. You know, I want to give a good shout out to another person I consider my idol when it comes to YouTubing. Why do you think I do YouTube? I love doing it because I do it to entertain the people. All the people that follow me, all the people that enjoy my content, I do it for them. I want to give a shout out to a guy that I consider my idol. A guy who I consider looking up to. And his name is Chugga Conroy. You may have heard his name pop up a couple of times on my channel when I talk about inspiration. He is incredible. He's a great content creator. He's so funny and he's so hilarious. He has 2 friends. He has another channel called The Runaway Guys with 2 other friends who I also really enjoy their content, and they're just so funny together. That's the kind of content I enjoy. You want to know something? His content has kept me through so much stress. Has kept me mentally happy. Because I enjoy his content. His content keeps me happy. That's how my early life was. If I couldn't watch WWE in my early life, I'd always go to Chugga Conroy and his friends for fun content. To just sit down and enjoy, have a laugh, and just enjoy what I watch, and just enjoy what I watch. This is the stuff that I live for. Things that keep me happy. And this is what happens when I never got the help that I needed from the special school. The special school was not only to help me learn more, but it was also helped me to get over my mental disorder problem that I had with my depression. But I never got that help. Even if there was a few times where a teacher would pull me aside and ask me what's wrong, they would never give me a real good solution. They would never give me the answers that I need. It's like they themselves don't know how to fix the issue. So I do thank Choker Conroy, possibly the greatest YouTuber of all time. I'm considering him the greatest YouTuber and the most entertaining YouTuber of all time. He's the most entertaining guy. If you have not seen his videos, please check them out. They are great. You will enjoy them. You will enjoy them. Trust me. You will enjoy the content that he brings. And another thing. The year 2004. I told you guys I've been watching WWE since 2004. We're in the year of 2023. I am nearly 20 years into my relationship with WWE. 20 years. I am almost 20 years into my life of watching WWE. For the last 19 years, I have sat and supported them sat down, and I've enjoyed WWE for the last 19 years. Even when the times were really darn shit. Even during the times when they were really darn shit, I always stuck by WWE for the last 19 years. But this recent story about Vince McMahon wanting to sell WWE to Saudi Arabia is now slowly starting to make me not want to watch it anymore. You see that poster behind me? That has been up there since 2016. That's been up there since 2016. All my content, WWE related. That is how much I loved WWE. My content was always WWE. I tried expanding the content out a little bit to talk about other things I like. But people tune into my channel for the WWE content, whether if it's my streams with Universe Mode or my videos. I appreciate all the love that I get from the people that watch my channel, even if the people never speak to me or they don't comment on my videos. I appreciate everybody. I don't know if I'll watch. I don't know what my future is when it comes to WWE, guys. I don't know what my future will be. But right now, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna step away. I love you guys. I'm gonna step away for a while. I'm not gonna be doing much content about WWE anymore. I will continue my streams. I will continue to do my streams, but you're not gonna be seeing much content about WWE anymore. I don't know. My love for wrestling has pretty much really died out. So I'm going to take a step away from WWE for a while, guys. I hope you guys respect my decisions. Thank you so much for listening to this video, guys. Thank you for all the love and support that you've been giving me. If you haven't, please follow me on Twitter. I'll actually put a link to my Twitter in the description down below if you guys haven't done it. I know I've never spoken about my Twitter, but I'd greatly appreciate it if people spoke to me, stayed in contact with me, you know, try to do things to keep me happy, because that's really all I need right now. So thank you so much. And thank you, Chugga Conroy, for always being entertaining when I need you. Thank you, guys. And I'll see you guys down the road. Peace.